indeed a pleasure to have you on Sharp Business, where we build your business. I'm your host, Vanessa Mishere, and to take us through financial planning for entrepreneurs is Mr. Raj, who is a sustainability development specialist. Now, Raj has traveled across the world teaching about financial literacy. Now, Raj, what has been your experience been? Do people really understand about finances?
Thanks, Vanessa. Yes, do people understand about financial planning and strategies, which is very important for their lives. There are some people, those who don't really follow it because they think that it is not very important in their lives. But we do feel that it is very important for them to uh, give them an awareness on why it is very important for them to use this in their day-to-day lives. Especially for the entrepreneurs, they do business. Their income is not very uniform or consistent every day. It depends on a day-to-day basis because they do sell retail. They do have products that can sell on monthly basis. So they do have different kind of income coming to them. So it's very important for them to do the financial planning at a very at the critical level. Yes.
Now, before we even get to strategizing in terms of finances for entrepreneurs, how do entrepreneurs contribute to the economy?
Oh, they do contribute a lot because entrepreneurs are really someone who drives the economy of a country. Because they do trading, they make people buy. The buying power is for the people is only because of the entrepreneurs in the market. They do kind of sell different kind of items, from starting from a tea or a coffee to furnitures to everything. So they in fact drive the whole market, the financial economy of the country. So it is they, I think they contribute so much to the country development.
Now, speaking of entrepreneurs contributing to economic growth of a country, I know you've been to places such as South Sudan, a country that is not really stable politically. What do you think the government, or what structures should the government put to ensure that entrepreneurs are able to do business?
Okay, where country like South Sudan, where we see the government is not very stable right now, and I think particularly for, see, there are two different kind of entrepreneurs when we look at a country like South Sudan. One is like contributing to the major economy of the country, like big time entrepreneurs. They do have big shops, supermarkets where they sell they make a lot of money. And there are other entrepreneurs who are very small. We call them micro entrepreneurs, where they do selling on the roadsides, very small amount of products, but in fact they are the ones who really contribute, because when you look at a country like South Sudan, they kind of depend on these micro entrepreneurs for everything. So they go to them for most of them go to them for buying things. So for them, the country has to give more importance for them to grow in their own business, which is not really happening today, but it will happen one day in South Sudan.
Okay, now you have been in Kenya for quite some time,
Yeah.
and I know that you've been able to interact with different kinds of people. And right now, Kenya is actually, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur, especially because there are not so many job opportunities. What kind of advice would you give to an aspiring entrepreneur, someone who wants to start a business?
Okay. Since you said about Kenya, I would like to say something about Kenya. It's a very beautiful country, and I see a lot of people very actively involving themselves in different kind of businesses here, whom I met. And it is important for them to, like for example, if someone wants to start a business, they have an idea, they have a concept, what they want to do. But it is very important for them to plan their personal finance before they get into any kind of business, because once you get into business, there is lot of time you have to spend on that, and you may not make money in the first 3 or 4 months, and you have to make sure your family is secure for the first 3-4 months. So you have to plan your budgets, you have to plan your money before you get into any kind of business, and you have to make sure that you have a proper budget that is set for your business. And apart from your budget, what is the money that is left with you, and how are you going to plan for the first 6 months is very critical.
So you must be prepared for at least 6 months. You must have saved for those 6 months.
Yes, it is very important. You have to plan for 1 year, and for the 6 months you have to make sure you have 100% of money what you want. Like for example, you need 20,000 shillings a month for your family expenses. You must have the 20,000 shillings fully for the next 6 months. And for the next 6 months, you can take 50% from your business what you're doing, but even you have to have a saving of at least 50% of your monthly expenses. So for the first 12 months, you have to plan perfectly so that your family life is not getting disturbed, because if that is going to get disturbed, then you cannot concentrate on your business and you might fail in your business.
So you must have your personal savings right before you start, because you don't want to spend from your business on personal things.
Exactly. And why it is not that you don't want to spend from your business, but you will not be able to spend from your business, because you would have invested a lot of money in your business, and you are now just slowly getting back your returns, which may not be fully coming back to you at this point in time. For the next 12 months, you will be facing a lot of crunches. You will have debts to pay. You will have a lot of credits that is being kept for you always. You're going to take products inside, so there will be a lot of expenses in your business. So you have to make sure you have enough money for your family for the first 1 year.
So save for the first 1 year,
Yes.
so that you're not getting into your business too.
Yeah, it is not just saving for the 1 year, but you have to just keep the money ready for the 1 year, so that whatever you earn during your business, you save that as well for the next few years.
All right. Now, even before I want, there's a startup, there's a business idea that I have, and I don't have capital.
Okay.
What do you advise me to do?
Okay. Capital is something very important for your business. Even before you plan, even before you have an idea in your mind, once you get that idea, you have to see what is your budget, what is your capital investment that you're going to make. So that is your key thing before you start any business. So if, for example, you have about 50,000 shillings in your hand and you want to start a business which needs an investment of 150,000, and you need another 100,000 shillings, where do you go for it? So you have to plan that first. Only when you know that you're going to get that 100 shillings to start your business, you will have to even start thinking of planning your business. Before that, I don't even advise you to get into any kind of business with a little bit of money. But where do you get this investment? There are a lot of different options. You have to clearly write your concept, like what you want to do, how you want to progress, what will be your returns in the first year, and
about
a business plan.
business plan.
Yes, something like not exactly a business plan, but at least a rough write-up or a concept note. Before you write a proper business plan, write a concept note which has a rough idea about what you want to do and how much money you want in hand and how you're going to use it and what will be your return. A very simple concept note which you can circulate among your friends, your well-wishers, and also to the banks. And then once somebody is interested to fund you, then you come up with a proper business plan where you write clearly what you want to do, and then you submit it, then you take your money, and then you start your business.
You say if someone is interested to fund you, now what opportunities are there, especially for young people? What opportunities are there? How do I get people to fund my idea?
Young people, the country really needs young people to get into entrepreneurship. They want to start enterprise. They have to start enterprises for the nation to grow. If the young people are really interested to do something on their own, they can approach banks. There's a lot of investment companies who wants to invest. There's a lot of angel investors who really invest at a very, very low cost. There are some who really give you grants, like for example, the Barclays Bank. They give you grants to start a business, especially for the young people. Also, Kenyan the KCB.
Yes.
The KCB, they give grants and loans for young people to start a business.
And we have even Safaricom doing the BYOB.
Exactly.
So it's about also being proactive as a young person or
Yes.
as a budding entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Now, you talked about a business plan.
Yeah.
What should I capture in that plan?
Okay, a business plan should capture, the first thing is your idea, what you're talking about, what you want to do. And second thing, what you want to achieve through this idea. And then how do you achieve this idea? How means where do you want to do this business? I mean the exact location where what do you want to do this business, and how much people you are targeting for, and what is the population of that particular area, and how do you think the business will grow in that particular location. and then what is the investment that you're looking at, and where will you buy the things from, and what will be your return, and then a return can be calculated for the first, second and third year, and also a break-even analysis of your business. Normally a break-even could happen between 18 months to 36 months depending upon what business you do, and you have to work out properly so that it will be easy for the bankers to fund you.
All right. Now, we are here talking about financial planning. Why is it so important?
Okay. It is important for anybody, any individual. Financial planning is very important, and it is even more important for an entrepreneur because he is handling finance on a day-to-day basis, and he has to plan his finances, otherwise he will run into debt. The planning of finances involves everything from his personal expenses to official expenses, all his debts, his credits, everything involves into this financial planning, and it is something very important for him because if you don't do it, you run into trouble.
And now, Raj, you said about how you need to have prepared, you need to have a budget.
Yeah.
Must I have some big monies to start a business, or how about starting small savings? What would you advise that Mama Mboga, yeah, about financial planning, because she is an entrepreneur and maybe she does not have a lot of money to invest? So what do you advise someone who just have a small startup or does not have a lot of money?
It is not about big money. It's all about your idea. It's all about what you want to do, and you can start as little as 3,000 to 4,000 shillings. It is not very important to have so much big money to start a business. I even met a woman in Kenya, in Kirinyaga County, and she started her business with 4,000 shillings, and today she is earning more than 40,000 a month, starting a hardware shop. It's not difficult. It's only your determination and your focus and your idea that you have to start a business, and anybody could do it if they have the willpower to do it.
So now we've talked about financial planning for startups or for someone who just wants to start a business. Let's talk about financial planning for someone who is already running a business, like that lady that you've just talked about, someone who is already in the business.
Who's already in a business, they would have started a year ago or 2 years ago. They have something running now, and now if they have not done a financial planning, it is high time for them to do it right now. And why it is important? Because they've already taken some money from outside as an investment or a loan, and it is important for them to repay the money. Why I'm talking about debt more here is because any business starts with a debt. You take a loan. You don't invest from your pocket. Maybe 50% you invest from your pocket, but the balance 50% you take as a loan, as a debt. So it is important for you to repay the debt at the earliest. Why? Because there are times in business where you have to face some critical challenges where you will need more money to expand your business. At that point in time, if your credit is not good, if you're not repaying your debts properly, you may not be funded. So you stuck there and your business does not grow from there. So it is very important for you to understand to manage the debts very well, because you repay the debts properly and then you get more debts when you need it. But to do the debts properly, you need to have a proper financial planning. So when you do a proper financial planning, you segregate the money, what you take as return for your personal expenses, for your official expenses, and to repay the debts. And also there is a percentage which you take and keep it for your development of the organization.
All right. So I know that financial planning is not just investing your money. It involves a lot because you want to grow your wealth, and you want to protect this wealth. So when we come back, I want us to talk about growth and protecting your wealth. Stay tuned to Pillar TV.
Pillar TV, shaping your destiny.
Welcome back to Pillar TV, where we shape your destiny. You are watching Sharp Business, and with me today is Mr. Raj talking about financial literacy. Now, Raj, let's talk about growing wealth. I have a business. It's doing really good, but how do I make sure that my wealth, it's growing?
Yeah, growing business is something, the next level after you start a business. So we are talking about financial planning, and when you want to grow a business, you must have a financial plan. You must have done a financial planning for your business. Until then, even the investors won't be willing to invest money inside with you. So when you want someone to invest money to grow your business, you need to have a proper financial planning. Okay, let's talk about the growth. Let's talk about how you can grow your business. Like, for example, if you are in a place where you want to sell something, like say you have a very small supermarket and you want to make it a bigger supermarket, or you want to have a branch of a supermarket in some other place, it is very important for you to have a proper business plan for that particular place as well. So you have to tell your investors how you have developed this business in the last 3 years or 2 years or 5 years, and tell them, this is what I have done in the last 3 years. Now I want to grow my business, so I need more investment. So when you want more investment, they will look at how you have spent your money, how you have invested, whatever money you have invested, how you have used it in your business, and that will be the key criteria for you to get another loan for expanding your business. That's when you grow, you expand. And especially when you want to expand, you have to have a proper quality products in your shop, and you have to have a good customer base. I'm talking about customer base here because it is part of financial planning. You have to spend a little bit of money on your budget for doing on advertisements for your business, where you will attract more customers.
And let's talk about goals and objectives.
Yeah.
I am here today. I want to be somewhere in the next 3 years. So must you have, when you are running a business, when you are an entrepreneur, must you have short-term and long-term goals, and what should they entail?
It is very important to have several short-term goals until for your long-term goal. You might have a vision of having a big restaurant or a big supermarket or 100 branches or 50 branches all over Kenya. That will be your big vision. But before that, you should have a lot of short-term goals which you need to achieve before you go to a long-term goal. Short-term goals are basically, one should be your growth in growing financially, and growing with a base of customers, and growing with the quality of products and the number of products you serve. For example, if you're running a supermarket where you sell about 100 different kind of items, you must look at bringing another 100, making it 200 items, where you will attract more customers. And every customer, you have to treat them as your special one. It doesn't matter whether they come 100 times or one time to your shop. Every single customer is a very special one for you. And when you do that, when you give such an importance, then you automatically gain your customer base. When you gain your customer base, you build a strong goodwill for your company. When you have a strong goodwill, you have all scope and opportunity for expanding your business.
So customer service is key.
Customer service, your financial growth, and then your product and quality base.
All right. Now, what opportunities are there in terms of investment?
Again, we go to banks, go to different investors, and the one who invested in your business when you started it will be more interested to invest again because you have done really well. And you can also go for higher loans from the banks. See, where it's very critical for you, it's big challenging and critical for you to take a loan when you start the business for the first time. But it is not as challenging as that when you want to expand your business, because you've already proved yourself that you have done the business so very well, and now you want to expand. and people will be really ready to give you loans and invest in your business. But it is for the first time when you start the business, it's very, very challenging because you have not proved anything. You just have the idea and you just have the plan in your mind, and people are really doubting you whether you will do this business well or not. But now it's not the case. Now you have done something, you have proved something, and now you want to expand. Now it's easy for you to do it because there is more investment opportunities for you to take.
And let's talk about high risk investments.
Okay, high risk investments. I wouldn't call it high risk because no investment is risky unless you do a risky business. It all depends on what business you do. And like for example, we'll take an example of a bookstore. Bookstore is something where you sell all the stationeries, all your books and everything. When you look at a bookstore, it is not risky even if you invest 2 million shillings in it, because it is going to sell on a day-to-day basis. Everybody needs it. Like for example, if you're selling a coffee or a tea, it goes like anybody in this country drinks tea. So it is not even if you invest 2 million or 3 million in a tea business, you're going to take it back. So it all depends on what kind of business you do, rather than we call it a risky investment, because it depends on what business you do. The business is more risky than the investment. So it depends on what business you do, rather than looking at a risky investment. Investments are never risky. It's only risky because it depends on what business you invest in.
All right. So Raj, how do I protect my wealth?
Okay, protecting your wealth. When you look at wealth as such, wealth is something God given to you, and you are not the owners of it. You are only a person who is protecting God's wealth. So it is not your wealth, you are protecting God's wealth. So which is, you have more responsibility to do it in every term, in terms of spending, in terms of investing, in terms of using it. In every way you are responsible more than that, because it is God's money, not your money. And secondly, when you want to protect your wealth, there are several ways to protect it. Number one, you have to spend less. By spending less, you are having more money, you are saving more money. By saving more money, you are going to protect more money in different ways. One could be mutual funds, one could be investments, one could be buying shares. All these are different options available for you to invest your money. Another way to protect your money is to make sure you buy assets and not liquidify your cash, because when you have liquid cash, you tend to spend more. But when you invest on assets, or when you put it in investments or shares, you kind of protect it. It may not fetch you returns on a short term, but it will fetch you returns on a very long term. Like for assets, you buy a land, you buy a piece of land and you keep it. The land value is growing every day today. If you look at Kenya, especially I just went to Embu County, and the appreciation of land is more than 40% in matter of 5 years. So it's growing every day. It's growing. When you buy a piece of land, it's going to fetch you a lot of income in the future. Again, when you do investments, look at investments which have long-term returns. Like for example, if you want to buy a share in a company, and which will give you 10-year retention, and then it will give you more than 100%. It is possible. But if you look at any share or investment between less than 2 years or 3 years, it will give you very, very less investment, and it is not really helping you, because you are investing on a very high risk business. You will get returns or you may not get returns. We do not know. But when you look at long term investments, you will definitely get more money, and your money is also safe. It is not going anywhere.
Right. And how about taking out insurance policy as a way of protecting your wealth?
Okay, insurance policies, there are several insurance policies today, and some are very important, like for your under general insurance, your vehicle insurance, or by you insuring your house, insuring everything is very important. But otherwise, life insurance, you have to take life insurance, because that's going to protect your family, especially during any emergencies. Like for example, God forbidden, you have an accident, you meet with an accident, so you have to make sure you have your life insured, so that your family is taken care of after you. And it is very important for you to insure your business. It is not just protecting your business, by ensuring it, it is also one of the key criteria for you to get another investment for your company. If the investors look at your company and if it is not insured, they may not be interested to invest in your company. So insuring your company, your business is very important, and that will add a lot of credibility to your business. And also life insurance and then health insurance is again a very key thing, because today when you look at the hospital expenses that is there, it's quite high. It's not very cheap. If you want to do a surgery and any lifestyle disease for that matter, if you go for a treatment, it's very, very high. So when you insure it, then you get it free of cost, which is very important for you to insure.
All right. Now, Raj, for an entrepreneur, an entrepreneur may not immediately start thinking about saving for retirement, because most entrepreneurs think that they are going to be in business forever, they're going to run this business forever. But when should I start thinking about a retirement plan?
Day one.
Day one?
Yeah, you have to start thinking about it day one. And we don't think about it. The entrepreneurs don't think about it because they see money every day. They kind of rotate money every day, and they always think that it is important for them to put the money back into the business so that I'll get more money. That will be the only thinking. It's a very common thinking for any entrepreneur. I'm not saying that is wrong. You have to put your capital back into the business, and then you get more returns. But at the same time, you have to think of saving from day one, because savings is going to help you long term, and your returns will help you short term, because you see the money every day and you spend it every day. But if you save it, it's going to help you long term. And when we are talking about retirement planning, when you become old, automatically you don't have that energy what you had when you are young. It's going to come down, and somebody has to take over your business, or somebody has to do your work when you want to rest and retire yourself. And you've been struggling so long, 25 years, 30 years of business, you've been working so hard, and you want your retirement to be so peaceful and happy. You cannot just keep your retirement so bad, because you've been spending all your time in your business and very little time with your family. At least during the retirement period, you spend more time. You go out, take your family outside. Why not a tour to India or to any other country in Asia?
You need to enjoy what you've been working so hard for.
Exactly, you have to. Otherwise, there is no point in working so hard. And it is important for you to plan your retirement very well from the day one. You have to think about what I'm going to do after 50 years, after 60 years. From day one, you start your business so that you can really make yourself very good at the time of retirement.
And you need to decide how much you will want to earn when you are retired.
Yes, you should. And you should plan, like for example, you need 30,000 shillings for a month. This time, during your retirement, at least you should have 60,000 shillings so that you can spend so lavishly and happily.
Okay, now tell me, Raj, as we wind up, as an entrepreneur, I'm running a business and I'm going to retire at some point. What measures should I put in place to ensure that my business will still run even when I'm not there?
Okay, excellent question, and it is very important for any business for that matter. When you want your business to run even after you retire, one thing you have to do is succession planning. You need to have somebody who will run it after you. You have to identify them before 15 years of your retirement. And it is not easy. It is very tough. You have to start identifying somebody. It could be your son. It could be your relative. It could be...
Mentoring.
Start
mentoring.
Yeah, start mentoring that people like 10 years. 10 years before your retirement, so that they are really equipped to run your business. Important for you to tell them is your vision of your business. It is not just running, it is not just earning money, it is the vision of the business that you should transfer to your successor so that they can take the business and run properly.
Right. Now, Raj, I started a business. Let's say I start a business today. The business is still running 5, 10, 20 years from now. Do I need to have constant reviews, and why is this even important?
Constant reviews is very important because you have to do it on a monthly basis. And every month you start reviewing your business. Like For example, you make a sale of some X amount this month, and what is your plan for the next month, and how are we improving every month? This is very critical, and you have to constantly review your business, and it is important to review because that will help you to grow in your business and also sustain, and also look at your strong customer base and your strong business sustainability.
Wow. Now, let's wrap up with some advice that you'd like to give someone who wants to start a business.
Someone who wants to start a business, please get your idea ready, and your idea is the most important thing to start a business, and let that idea have a very good support justification why you want to do the business, and let it focus more on people's welfare, let it more focus on revenue making, let it also more focus on growth and expansion. If that business does not have growth and expansion, you are tied up somewhere. So you have to have an idea which will grow beyond what you think today, and it should cater more people in the future.
All right, thank you so much, Raj, for coming on set. Now, that has been Raj teaching us about financial literacy and especially financial planning for entrepreneurs. And today we have learned that you must have a growth mentality to ensure that you grow in your business and you grow financially. Now, Raj will be joining me next time, the next episode, teaching us about financial planning for salaried people. I have been your host, Vanessa Michere, for Sharp Business. Keep it Pillar TV, where we shape your destiny.